sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. And I got Soph in the building.
Yo, I'm in the building.
What's up with you?
Everything.
We got my guy Krooz squad.
Yes, sir. What's good?
What's up with you, man?
Love is love, man. Life is good.
See, you know what I mean? Love is love. We gotta tell her about the love is love.
Yes.
Ever told you about the love is love?
I don't think so.
You want to tell her about the love is love?
Love is class. You probably better off talking about love is love to me.
All right, so when we was out Morgan, up and up, DC homies, they had an organization, positive organization. They threw like the biggest picnic. It was like a college Greek, but it was called the Love is Love. It was in this park, and like, love was love at that joint.
Oh,
like,
what's up.
it used to be so like just love. Like when you after the day was over, everybody be like, "Yo, that was love." That was
that's
love.
what's up.
It just felt like they named it the perfect shit. But it was one of those things that after like my first, I think what you went to like 2 or 3 before.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
You went, but by the time then they stopped them.
Why they stop them? Do you know?
People
graduated.
I'm not sure if it was about who
started?
graduated or if it was a discrepancy at one of them or not. But
Okay.
it was one of those things that like you would still go back for that, like you would go to homecoming type shit if they still
Oh.
had it. Like
Right.
it was dope. It was dope.
Big love is love.
But anyway,
Shout out to that.
Krooz for the people. Gentleman I met in 9th grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we go way back. French class.
We learned how to curse in French together. I cheated a lot off famous shit in French. First nigga to wear a Coogee in the 9th grade at E&S. I'll vouch for that. First one with the Tim Duncans also. He did that too. But he was always smart as shit, and Krooz ran track and all that. You know what I'm saying? You know, we was hooping, they was tracking. But then we wound up at Morgan together.
Right.
And that was ridiculous because this became one of my main drinking partners.
Right.
Like, we used to have 151 Fridays together.
Oh.
Yeah, that was our thing.
151, that bottle.
I can't imagine you drinking. Oh God.
Get rid of a fifth in 15 minutes. 3 people.
No, not. That does not sound like a good thing.
That's how we used to do.
I'm glad I missed those days.
Yo, but the thing is, once the 151 going, you like, damn, we gotta get a bottle of Henny or something. Like, what else we gonna
You
drink?
should have just started with the Henny and just rocked out.
I mean, you know, we learned.
Right, yeah. Right. You live and you learn.
I ain't gonna lie, because you know, I probably was drinking 151 them days too. That's when I was drinking 250s.
Yeah.
So
Same days.
I probably think those was the days that I was drinking them too. So.
It's still around now. You just gotta get Ray and Nephew now.
Yeah.
You just gotta get Ray and Nephew.
Oh man, I think I had a basketball game one time. It was like 100 degrees outside, and my man brother was on the sideline drinking, and I just got done hooping. I'm like, let me get some. You ain't built for this, bro. It was overproof Jamaican something or other.
Yeah, overproof Jamaican rum.
Bro, I could not fucking get in my car to drive home for like 15 minutes.
It's like 151.
Like, it was
it's
bad
just
because
light.
I was already burning outside.
Mm-hmm.
The whole inside would be
Even
just
the
dried up
consistency of
real
it
quick. Like, nope.
Even the consistency of overproof is like different. It just tastes different. It just don't taste like anything that we have here. Like, it just don't taste like.
No.
Yeah, it's like industrial. Like, you supposed to use that to be cleaning or something.
The only
like.
thing you can compare it to is gin because of how dry it is.
I fucking hate
Like,
gin.
you feel it when you drink
Right.
it. It don't feel like nothing wet is going down. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I hate gin. I feel sorry for it. When I was bartending, like anybody that liked gin, because whenever I used to make my Long Islands, I would definitely pull up off the gin a little earlier than everything else, because that shit was nasty.
They was looking for that twist. And you was
No, they
taking
wasn't.
it
Gin is
wrong.
overpowering. They ain't need it.
You supposed to count.
More people. No, I'm pulling up off that gin. You can't have equal parts of
supposed to
gin.
count.
No. And you nice to do
Like,
all
light
five
on
at
the
the same
Tanqueray.
time. Like, no.
What's the most popular gin people ask you for?
Depending on where you at, it would be Tanqueray.
Tanqueray or Bombay.
I was about to say
think.
Bombay, but no, the old heads like beef eaters. So it depends. It depends on where you are and who you.
And that's what I was wondering. And, I mean, well, shit. Based on who you,
But you know
based
what I
on
said-
where you are, they might not even carry the.
But you know what? Like here locally and like in this area, I used to actually like to order out, and I never drank the shit. But if somebody was want to know what to get, I would say Blue Coat because it was made in Philly. So I like that type of shit. So
See, we learning this shit already.
Right.
But no, Krooz.
educated in black.
I don't even know besides our relationship how to explain what it is you do. You an artist. You're a writer. You a poet. Like you got 5 jobs. How many degrees you got now? Like
Nah, it's still officially just 1 degree, whole lot of fucking credits.
Yeah.
Still involved in the community and shit.
Mm-hmm.
A little civic leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dad, husband.
That first.
Nice.
You know
Been
what I'm
that
saying?
for a while.
Right.
Been that for a while. Krooz got married when everybody was still playing. He locked it in.
Yeah,
Salute
back
to that.
in 06.
Yeah.
Right.
Real shit. That's fly shit.
Timing. That's like, I got timing.
You got a lifetime in with your wife. Like on some
Yeah.
real shit, you got
Right.
a lifetime in with your wife.
That's dope.
That's
Definitely
a long
dope.
time. Cause shit, y'all knew each other before y'all got married.
True. She used to come see me down in Morgan.
Yep. I remember.
Oh, that's
Bring me
so cute.
mac cheese sticks from Max is all crazy.
Oh, that's dope.
And then next thing you know, we couldn't keep him down Morgan, and he wasn't down Morgan no more.
As it should be.
No, I mean, it was dope because my man still went to school and did what he was supposed to do. Like, a lot of dudes come home and they come home.
Right.
Krooz came home and went on a mission. Like, every time I talked to him, he was on his way to school or work, or he was in the crib with the kids.
Well, one main thing you remember when June passed too. That was another big reason why I had to leave, because I lost my financial aid, because I just about flunked out. I'm going to class, Sprite bottle just filled with Henny and shit, and the Africa diaspora drawing and shit like. So I ended up having to come back home, and so I transferred to Temple, and she held me down, reciprocate the
That's where I
energy.
graduated from.
But the twist was, like,
Oh, Temple? That's what's up.
that June shit hit. That shit hit hard. And that was what was weird, too, because sometimes we ain't even know when you was in the crib. You used to be in the crib.
Right.
But it was, like, natural.
That's when I really learned how to roll up, like.
That's how we used to find out he was in the apartment. Niggas was like, I don't think he in his room, and then you smell the weed. And be like, this nigga been in here all that time? He used to be in there quiet as shit. Quiet as shit. But no, one thing about it is he one of the people that ever since 9th grade always supported me.
That's
always
what's up.
backed my play.
Right.
Always, like, because I'm a little crazy. He understood my crazy. You know what I mean?
You are?
Don't start your block. What is it? Sun block. Don't start no blocking with me.
Fermi la bouche.
Ferme la bouche.
Oh, so we learned that before that. No, we learned that in French.
Yeah. We ain't
Back
learned how to curse, though.
So, no, I learned because my next door neighbors was Haitian, but we learned Ferme la bouche in Ivy Leaf, though.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but that old, what was her name? Miss,
Cooperstein.
Miss Cooperstein.
Madam Cooperstein.
This old little white lady. Think she's white? She white?
Something Cooperstein.
She was teaching
That
us
sounds
all
Jewish.
the curses one day. Like, she just was going, like, at first she was like, no. And then she got excited. It just started, because she liked to show how much she really know.
That is too
She
much.
one of them people that, like, go see Les Mis every year.
Yeah, that's her
Yeah.
shit. Les Mis.
Like, every year she goes to see it, and she talks about it like it's the first time.
It's funny.
Les Mis.
I feel about the
cool, though.
Nutcracker. Like,
And with the other John Serrano, the Bergerac.
Bergerac.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from that little old lady, man. Drove her crazy, too. And she caught me cutting a couple times, but that's all right.
Okay.
No, because I used to never... In ENS, you really wasn't supposed to get caught cutting. It wasn't
Right.
like regular.
It wasn't no
That's how
word to
Central
cut. That
was.
shit was
Yeah, it
little
wasn't
shit,
like no regular school. Like,
that shit was that we was in the elementary school. Like the urinals was like yay big off the ground
Are you
and shit. Like
serious?
that
the
shit was
toilets was
elementary
on the
school.
floor there, and like I could never... If you know you had to take emergency smash in school, I could never sit on them joints. Your knees be...
Oh, wow.
That's probably the way you're supposed to sit, though. I don't know. Because they say the
I know what
squatty
you mean.
potty.
I know what you mean.
All right. See, I'm going to get me one of them. I'm getting old.
Okay.
Make sure that I'm regular.
Okay.
Anyway.
We got a squatty potty, a scooty bike. I like all these names. and
But the
shit.
little
The scooty bikes is dope.
I know they are.
like when they be having the boot on with the injuries and shit, you gonna just get one just to get it, huh?
You got to head shit off, man.
Yo, I can't with you.
Might not never need it if you get it now.
So, Krooz, tell us about. So, what you got going on right now? What's something you're focusing on?
As far as what?
Something you're focusing on. I mean, he said you got
something I'm focusing on. Well,
you are
yeah.
The nigga is
multifaceted.
talented as hell.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
like-
So shoot, let me know like what you want to talk about. Like,
I mean,
what are you highlighting right
we
now?
could bust it up about anything for real. What I'm focusing on, the last thing I was really focusing on, but I got to get a lot of my paperwork straight before I really take that jump. My man Scorch, we're trying to do a anti-gun violence joint up Schuler.
Well, that's needed.
27 in Clearfield. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like where I grew up at. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I mean, and me and the fellas, we still kick it on the group chat, throw bars back and forth. So I don't know, we may go in the stew, record some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you know, I got to plug my Mind Control Productions and shit. My cousin in the band and shit. Shout out to BB Sticks.
And they be moving. They
That's
shaking
what's
out.
up.
So that's dope.
Yeah, and that's well needed. I mean, that's like really needed right now because we are inundated with violence. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like people were getting.
Yeah, it's like a pandemic of violence. That shit's crazy. Like
it's really, you know, it's interesting because a lot of people are calling on the mayor to name it as a state of emergency, and he's not doing it as quickly as he probably should. But we're really in a state of emergency. At the rate that our people are dying from gun violence is ridiculous.
The thing is, like, what's the window? Because for the last umpteen years, we've been in the 300 show. We passed that now, though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we surpassed.
But like, 300 is fucking crazy.
That's still a lot.
Like, that's crazy.
That's still almost
and
a body a day.
It became like normal to get 300. You know what I mean? Like that was normal. Like you just assume 300. You just don't know if it's going to be 350. It had declined
for a while. Right.
You know what I mean? And then you got to like 289 or some shit. It was like, oh, we had a good. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like I just don't. That window is just so weird because. What is the state of emergency based on? It's not based on us dying.
I'm saying our daily rate. I'm saying our daily murder rate. The way that we're dying in a daily.
Us dying. It can't be because if it was, they would have bended that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're dying. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if there's any statistics of. Now look at nationally the rate of people who are murdered due to gun violence versus the number of people that died versus COVID. I feel like people are dying. If we have so many people a day, I feel like that shit is comparable.
It probably is.
Probably is. I mean, if you break down like the per capita or population, I'm saying just focusing on just like a certain demographic, right. I'm pretty sure it probably is.
Absolutely,
if
that's
you
what I'm
focus
saying.
on like African Americans, 18 to 40, or even throw females in this situation now. Too,
everybody,
it's crazy, right?
Babies are dying. It was ridiculous.
Right.
So like, yeah, I think
put babies put babies that die due to gun violence versus babies that died of COVID.
You want me to do it now?
No, I'm just saying. This shit is crazy because I'm just saying because it's crazy because they clearly say that like they're saying that babies aren't affected as much as adults are, and babies are definitely getting shot every day.
True. And that's been a
that's the
problem
point
in
I'm
our
trying to
city
say.
for a while too. But one of the things that I heard that I wasn't aware of was that last year was supposed to be the first year that more people died than was born.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like if that was the first time that ever happened, that's crazy.
And that kind of made me think about that too. That's what made me think about it.
You know, conspiracy theories, that's their whole thing, population control.
Yeah, well,
so that's the first year that the numbers is under.
But guess what?
I've been waiting for them to do the population control play anyway, though.
But guess what?
Not saying that this is it, but that is something that for like a long time I've been waiting on. Like they got to do something.
Somebody did the spin on me, right? And I guess it's the same thing, but somebody did the spin on. So I'm saying how population control could be getting the vaccination, right? But and so somebody else put the spin on that population control is those who are not getting I think that's when we was at the other podcast that we were doing.
Possibly the ones that's not getting the vaccination.
The ones that are not getting vaccination are the ones is the population control. It's like ridiculous. Like you're dying either way.
Right.
And what's weird, and it sounds bold to say, but we're living through a time immune system wise where it's like only the strong survive.
Right. Sure.
So at the same time, when it comes to vaccinated versus unvaccinated, we still talking about something that doesn't kill equally.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what's your immunity to certain things, and what do you people changing their diets, which it seems like people are already doing, but now it's time to really get on what I'm putting in to make sure that it hold down what the fuck I might got to fight against type of shit.
True. Yeah.
But like I don't know. It's like you can't control but so much because the weak is going to suffer regardless of what you do. The weak is, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's to get, because we don't believe in looking down on people, but we not up over that many people neither. Mm-hmm. So the mentality might be that the weak can go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, the weak can go. The blacks can kill each other.
The old weak and the poor.
Why not? Because at the end of the day, it's way more of us than it is of them.
True.
Right.
It's way more. You talking about 1%?
That's like they carrying their weight.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, they keep blaming public assistance and all of that for taking away from their money when they not even really ones to pay the taxes, but they want that little percentage back.
Right.
Like, so you got to really look at it like, who knows what the mentality of if this is orchestrated as we assume it is.
Yeah, that's
scary.
Yeah, It was interesting how we were. Again, I keep thinking about that. That crosscast was really dope. Shout out to the podcast boys.
Podcast Bulls.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting crosscast. Because so we sit here and it's our perspectives and then our guests. But they are three men, four because they had
He was
three, but they had but this time they had a guest as well. They were doing a series with another person. But it's just interesting to hear so many perspectives. Adding ours, yo. It was crazy. I've been thinking about that ever since we did it, and the agendas and like, yo, it was really dope. So shout out to Podcast Bulls and make sure y'all check that episode out. Yeah, and that Gold Water, yo, shout out to the Gold Water, yo.
What's that? What's Gold Water?
It was that Glenn Levitt.
12 years age. Was it the Double Amber or something?
Double Amber or something. It was something special. Shout out to Sleeves. He bought it.
Yeah.
Through. And he insisted that I try it, and I'm looking like I ain't gonna turn
insisted that I try it as well.
Even though I had the act with me, and I think that Levitt loosened me up.
Yo.
You gotta try Glenfiddich too. That's one of them Jones too. That's a whiskey too.
What is your preference? Because you take the best Sippin' with Sammie glass pictures on a consistent basis, like, but you be rotating.
I mean, I don't know. Well, I'm just learning about whiskeys. Like, it's two different kinds. I know one got an E, one got one. What do I? So I just look at the top shelf, do any, meeny, miny, mo sometimes on some real shit.
It just be trying it.
Yeah, but that Uncle Nearest, that was good.
Well, that Uncle Nearest is us.
Yeah, that's us.
Y'all, you know the
That's
story.
us.
Yeah, Uncle.
No, I don't know the story. I just know it's the label.
Uncle Nearest.
And it's actually, I believe it's a woman distillery.
It's her and her husband. I'll send you the link.
A woman distillery.
Uncle Nearest is the person that taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. He was.
I do know that. I know that
He
story.
taught Jack as a kid.
Yes.
This lady and her husband, forgive me for not remembering their names, bought the plantation and the distillery and a bunch of plantations around it. Like, they own damn near the town now. They started Uncle Nearest. If you look on Uncle Nearest's bottle, it's a picture of the original distillery and plantation on it. And that his descendants go to college for free now. They get they own a percentage of the company. His great grands or whatever, they're working in the company. Like, they did it in a way to preserve his legacy, but to also inject into his legacy at the same time. And they're building everything around there. They're buying up and they're breaking it down for the right purposes. So Uncle Nearest is a big one.
Yeah.
A lot of people was taking pictures with it, but they didn't even know why they was taking pictures.
Right, I forgot the name, but I definitely know the story for sure.
Yeah, it's a dope story.
Yeah, so that's definitely up there. I put that one above.
As you should.
Got to. Yeah.
As you should. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Listen.
The whiskey mission.
Yeah, Glenfiddich, McClellan. They are pretty good. I mean, classic Jones too. I still bang with Crown.
So do you like whiskey over cognac? Do you like cognac?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was drinking cognac before whiskeys.
Weren't we all?
Right.
I think whiskey is more of I think alcohol, of course, as you begin, is an acquired taste, but I think whiskey is more of an acquired taste.
Yeah, well, when you get to your cigar age, you start drinking whiskey.
That's yeah, exactly. I can agree. Again, acquired. Everybody can't smoke cigars, so it's definitely acquired.
Everything neat, right?
Remember Swa Say Enough?
I still got an empty bottle, bro. I still got an empty bottle somewhere.
We was in college trying to buy this company because every time we went to the liquor store, the bottle was cheaper, but the liquor was popping.
We was getting a fifth for like $5.
Oh wow!
But the first time we seen it, the fifth was like, no.
I'm playing.
But that's the thing. It was some $20-something shit that the first time we seen it was like $12. So we just got it.
Just grabbed it.
The next time we seen it, it was like $7. And then it was like consistently like $5. And we was like, yo, look up the company. And back then, you know, the internet wasn't as sharp as it is now as far as searches. We was trying to figure out some
Yo, if we had the internet like we do now, yo,
y'all would own that
good, bro. Yo,
you know what? I think that, you know what? To that, I think that because these young bucks,
they figuring it out.
But I think it's the access that they have too. They have so much more access than we had.
You got computers right in your
That's
hand.
what I'm saying.
And you born into that shit. You know how to work a Taylor by the time you 3. I know motherfuckers that's 33 that don't know how to start the bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the
I've been trying to figure out like about this exponential growth with like the younger generation, but it's obviously because of the access that they have.
Right.
Is a part of it.
What do you see the difference with your children from when you was coming up?
They like sponges. My son now, he like locked in like tech.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great age to be. Locked in the tech.
Yeah, well, he's AB student. I was trying to push him athletically, but we in my neighborhood we ain't have a lot of resources. So another thing I did was start like a little track team just for him and my daughter, just
nice.
to and try to bring in other kids. Try to incorporate. I mean, just
Shout out to you for that.
social makeup and still athletics too. But he got into chess,
Nice.
so he liked to build. He said he wanted to be an architect, so I'm gonna push him in that direction.
Nice.
My daughter, she like putting puzzles together, read
How
and
old is
stuff
she?
like that. She 13.
Okay. Like
Bake
my kids
cookies,
are
all
really
that good
close in age
stuff.
too.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, my kids like Irish twins. They like 14 months apart.
My kids are 10 months apart.
yeah,
I try to
kids
beat people
look
all the time, like to see
literally
who got a younger Joan. Like my kids are 6 months apart. Like, oh
Like,
shit.
they
okay.
both say-
Yeah, like you can't really beat 10. Like that's a week.
Listen, it definitely was a week.
Can't beat 10.
Yo, you can't really beat 10. It's hilarious. Yo, he said it slow. Like, you can't really
You
beat
can't
10.
like
Because people think that you're only pregnant for 9 months, but you're really pregnant for 10. So they always talk about that 9 months. No, you're pregnant for 10. It's 40 weeks.
Yeah,
So.
all I know is, as soon as I found out the one was in, I knew it was leveled all the way. I'm like, God, stop.
Yo,
Then I met him,
listen,
and it's funny because I love that they so close in age.
Yeah, that's another thing
I
too.
dig
Because
they- I
me,
dig how
I'm
they-
an
how
only
they move.
child. I ain't have like all I got is my friends, like my squad. They like my brothers, and then my
Right.
cousins is like my first cousins is like brothers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? By not having direct siblings, so
But
I'm
your
glad
mom and pop
that-
was cool though. Your mom and pop cool as a fan,
they
bro.
they still is.
Yeah, I know. I ain't seen them in a while, but I mean, like when
They
you
still
was in
is.
your formidable years, you had cool parents. You didn't have like parents that didn't let you do the exploring that you did.
Right,
Like you
true.
was able to really like, bro. I'm talking about.
Yeah, like my pop took me to get my first tattoo.
You see what I'm saying?
He got one too.
How old was you?
Think I was just. I think I was in high school. Like it was like
You
freshman
was in
year of
high school. Yeah.
freshman year of high school?
This is what I'm telling you. Like his people's was different. That's why I
Wow.
said was like I'm talking about like when you
I
was
had to hide my
your kids' age.
tattoos.
Your pop was kind of like you. Like in this generation, a lot more parents are like
Right.
you than in our generation.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, true.
Because we listen to rap, we listen to different rap. We want the same sneaks the kids want sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want Jordans, your son might be on Jordans too, because
Right.
they on them at his school. Like that shit just didn't go nowhere for some reason. Like,
Right.
Kyrie snuck in, but like
Yeah, it was the same type way. Like it was sometimes I couldn't get sneaks. And my pop got them because they had them in his size. Like, we'll go down 22nd Street. Like, when I got the phones, like, my pop was grabbing Jordans. He still grab Air Max and
Yeah.
shit down, too. Like,
Like,
he just grabbed a
always
pair
fly.
of Yeezys.
and that's my guy.
Shout out to my
Yeah.
pop, Lucky Largo. My mom and pop just retired last year, too.
Oh,
Congratulations
to them.
That's
Yes.
heavy. I'm happy to hear that.
They retired in the same year?
Yep.
That is
about-
so
yep.
dope.
My mom and dad did too, but my dad kept working.
That is so dope. Like,
You know how that go.
that's such an oxymoron, but okay.
He retired from teaching. He still got the barbershop.
That's
Hold
how
up,
that's how
pause.
my mom going to be. Like, she retired from what she doing, but I know she's still going to be working in the community because she just graduated. She just got her degree, so now she can.
Ah, double congrats.
Yeah,
Hold
she
on.
got her master's, so she can do what she want to do.
Dope.
You went from a cigar to a black and mild?
Yeah, I mean, like that's like this is my cigar. This is like my the savory. And this is like this would be a cigarette for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And this would be my.
I just never
my-
saw anybody
my-
like
my
switch in the
THC
middle of them like that.
libations.
So do you go back to that?
Eventually, but just
Okay.
a black. Like I could smoke blacks now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Black them out.
Do you still smoke weed?
No, I had to. I kind of. I work for SEPTA, so they throw
No, you
randos
don't
up
smoke
there.
weed. No,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
don't.
no.
Right.
That's
I
a
don't
no.
smoke weed.
Not at all. Not at all.
But
Black
that's
and
a
mild
no.
and cigars. Yeah.
I got you. I just never saw anybody interchangeably do it.
I mean, shit. When you trying to get your balance,
You gotta
Do
what
you?
gotta
Don't listen.
that nigga said shit. If I could have hit the L, it did hit the cigar. I wouldn't need a black.
Right. I
But-
dig it. I absolutely dig it.
But no, but that's the thing too. Like sacrifices.
Yeah, you gotta grow. It's
You
all
gotta
about
take
growth.
hits sometimes. You
Septa
gotta
is
all about
amazing.
growth.
That's
sometimes.
good job. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then there's always retirement.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking
That's
about.
what you gotta look forward to.
That good pension and retirement.
That's what you got to
Listen,
look forward
There's
to.
always retirement. How
Shout
long
out
you
to
been in that sector?
Just 3 years now. Just 3 years. I'm on the railroad side.
My girlfriend
On
just
the
left the
white- on the white
railroad.
show side.
Yep.
The railroad
Sister.
side is good money. They act funny if you get hurt, but it's good money as a career from everybody that I talk to that's on that side. They like it over there. Kind of significantly more than the people that's on the other side.
On the city side, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of three sides because then you got the county bus side too.
Right.
That's why I was like, I don't know how to
that.
explain it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, all right, so say, what got three tiers? Say, let's use football. It's like, railroad would be like NFL. Then you got the county side, which would be...
The union, with the union.
You should use basketball. It's more leagues.
Yeah, basketball. Yeah,
I know,
let's do
I'm trying to figure it
basketball.
out.
NBA,
Yeah, NBA.
ABA.
And then county is overseas, you good.
Uh-huh.
And then city side would be...
The ABA. No.
That shit
DD.
like the Drew League.
It's the Globetrotters.
It ain't it's just the Globetrotters.
I heard.
Well, I don't know because the L do get tricky, so I don't know.
They gotta
The
do all
L
kinds
be
of
crazy,
English
right?
shit.
Yeah, you gotta do
Yo.
all type of things on the L.
And you said the city side shit. They dodging bullets now. They just had a shootout on the. They had a shooting on the
I mean,
on the night out joint on the night out bus.
Yeah, I seen
we
that.
had a shooting on the railroad side too.
Did you? Oh, you did. I was on the trains that day. It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
I was on there.
I mean, like it's still in Philly, and we
Yeah.
still stop in the hood, North Broad, North Philadelphia
I remember
Station.
that.
So
It was the
And
Chestnut
everybody
Hill
go to
line.
30th.
Right,
I remember that.
right.
joint.
Everybody go to 30th, so
Right.
it don't matter. No, I mean, but
gangsters ride the train. They be on there from Chester, talking real greasy.
Oh, for real?
what's the funniest shit you seen on the train?
Oh man, just bored. All right, I guess he must have had like some odd Future sweatpants on. They was just like pink with the donuts on there.
Oh, all right. I'm about to say, how would you
lot,
know?
Just like whole lot of crazy colors though.
Uh huh.
Didn't have his fare. Let him slide on that.
Pay your fare.
He ain't have his fare. It was kind of like it was around COVID time. So
You say that shit go.
so just isolated him to an area. My man lit up he lit up a cigarette like right behind the engineer. So we had to stop the train. Like he lit a cigarette on the train. Like so we had
Like,
to stop
bro,
the
you
train.
ain't
Get my
even
man off the
paid.
train. Yeah.
And you fucking up everybody
Right.
else ride.
We in the middle of Crumlin somewhere. Just like like you don't want the county boys to come out here. They don't have nothing to do.
Nothing to do
But
but
fuck
be
with
pissed
you.
at you.
Right.
Oh my god, yo.
That's
Pay
crazy.
your
remember,
fare.
Remember, Harold and Kumar goes to White Castle when they got excited with the car. We got action. Like, yo, man, like,
Yeah, like them Amtrak clocks when they get on there with them black gloves, it's a wrap, yo.
yeah, they ain't playing
It's a
with you. But like,
But now it be all type of shit. Norristown fiends get on, dope heads, all type shit. I don't know if we had anybody OD on the train, but I'm pretty,
hear about
yeah,
you hear about it.
yeah, all type of shit. Same type of shit that go on the city side
I
on the
don't never
L,
be seeing
but
that on the regional rail.
just less frequent.
All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? It won't be as frequent.
I don't
Has
never
anybody
see
ever
that.
turned out the quiet car?
They always quiet.
Yo,
car,
you know
right?
how they look out? Yo,
They don't
they
play
just
no
be looking
games
at you
about the
like,
quiet car.
yo, they don't play no games.
No games.
No games. They will say something to you in a second. Like, this is the quiet car.
My young boy just got kicked off the train 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you get kicked off the train, you can't
Oh,
go to another car?
And the only reason they got him off without a fight is because he wasn't trying to get searched by the cops. Like,
Yeah, they don't play about the quiet car. That's a written rule on the train too. First car, quiet
It's
car.
written
If you don't
rule.
know.
Yes, literally a written rule.
first car, quiet car. That means when you get on the platform, don't stand all the way to the front.
Yeah.
If you want to chop it up with your folks the whole fucking ride.
Yeah, no.
It's simple.
Don't nobody want to hear that anyway.
Yo,
Like,
and what's crazy? They won't say nothing to the person. Well, some people will.
Right.
No, some
And
people
and
do.
they get funky on the
Somebody
train.
said
do.
something to him and he barked back, and then she
Yeah,
dipped off and told somebody else. You know what I
Or
mean?
They get real on
they
that
wait for you
joint.
to look through the door, try to give you a one of these joints. Like
And you be like, I know it's some bullshit. Can you tell the difference in the
I
finger wave?
just hit
You be Stevie Wonder?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, Ray Charles.
COVID violations, 6 feet. I need my space.
yeah, that
But-
part.
How was that though? Like you just getting dug into your SEPTA route, and then we get smacked with the damn demic.
Oh man, that hurt. So that hurt. Like I mean, we still was working, but on our pay was a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I came down to 40 hours, but I still took like a 50% pay rate.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because
I
you
got
was used
paid
to
40
more.
hours a week, but yeah, my hourly it used to be
You're used to more.
significantly more than 40 hours. Still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that hurt. Joe Biden, I don't know what's up with that CARES Act, but yeah, we need that money, Joe Biden. We got him in there. So I mean, we wasn't doing nothing but riding the trains though. Once the pandemic hit, because everything was shut down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so everything was shut down. Most of our ridership come from Comcast, so everything was shut down.
Dang, that's
But
crazy.
yeah, that shit was kind of nutty. But then also, like one thing I did get to witness, like they said, being out there, like they'll say, you'll never see your kid get to ride a bike, but they had the best bike on the block type shit. But
because of all the hours you do all work.
Because of all the hours you
ride the bike.
now you get to see your kid ride the bike.
You got the best of both
You know what I'm
worlds,
saying?
but we got to tighten the belt a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Glad we already got the bike.
true. Right. Let's go to the park.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
Go to the
mean,
park.
shit, I bought that bike when they started talking about locking shit down, just so I could ride around the neighborhood and breathe if I couldn't go nowhere. It was like I needed something, and I'm glad I got it. It came in handy.
Yeah.
I had a couple of days I was just out here, like spinning the block.
Sure was.
It ain't nobody out but dope boys and smokers and all of that. And it's just like, all right, how y'all doing?
But it's crazy. It's like it was being out there. Sometimes it was like surreal being out there, like not seeing nobody, and it's just us.
It felt like that movie,
Like the Langoliers, like Stephen King joint. Everybody disappeared and shit. Like
I was talking about the Will Smith movie.
I Am Legend.
Yeah,
You
like,
out there with your dog and shit.
Yeah. That's how it was in the
I
beginning.
know y'all walk dogs still. Like
That shit was like a blizzard with no snow.
no, and that's what I compared it to in a conversation I had recently. I
Did
said,
you really?
Well, in a different way. I was talking about how people that started making moves in the pandemic and all of that, it was similar to when it used to snow. Like when it's nice out, everybody trapping. When a blizzard come out, you see the same 3-4 cars spinning them corners all day, and we all know each other. We used to only being out there with each other, and it's like the pandemic was kind of like that. You only seen the motherfuckers that really had plugs and motivation.
That's what I'm saying. You said the
and
same
really was out here
I
trying
had to be
get
outside.
You know what I mean? Really was trying to get to it. Just like a drought sometimes. Where a drought would come and it'd be like them dudes that been sitting on it knowing that it was coming, they still outside. So if you plant, like, for instance, my comparison would be when we did the OLF podcast. Was you there that day? You weren't there that day. And I kept telling on the pandemic is going to be more than 2 weeks, cancel summer.
Right.
And I said, you might have to cancel Christmas. And then I got cussed out and yelled at by everybody in the room.
They done canceled 2 years now.
But
It's about to
like
come
we
back.
a year and a half and talk about doing it again.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Just open up, shut shit back down.
My mindset from me not thinking that it was going to be 2 weeks is part of the reason that we was able to keep it moving during that shit.
Right. Because
me and Font Productions and you was sitting around like, all right, so what we going to do? And all right, well, cool. Matter of fact, we was CNN one time. It was when the riot started in Philly. We did the picture-in-picture joke,
sure was.
and we was sitting here out
going through that joint like, oh, look what they just...
commentating and all that shit, bro.
Yeah, we seeing that.
I didn't know we could do that. I didn't know we could watch live picture-in-picture and be Zoom, recording. And I didn't know we could do that. And it was
Shout out
like
to Font.
we figured out so much shit just because we were already looking at it as long term. Like it was one of those things where it was like, so what if we can't? Because this is a traveling podcast.
Right.
The reason we have built this studio was because of COVID. Because we had enough equipment to go anywhere and set up. We didn't need this much space.
It's on COVID proof.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we was able to keep it going through that, and then we can control within reason. If you somebody we trust, you can come here. If you not, we can Zoom. You know what I mean?
Right.
We can Zoom. We Zoom.
But we
like
ready
Zoom
for you.
Screen.
We did a couple episodes where we just hit people up that was artists and entrepreneurs and just seeing how they was gigging through the COVID. Like, what you figured out? What you doing? How you feel? Type of shit. And I think a lot of people that watched it, because I've been talking to people, appreciated that. Because at the time, they were only getting the media and the stars.
Right.
And stars complaining about being stuck on ranches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you cool.
And it was like, no, they got to see people that really do what they do.
You get to go from, you got 3 different places to go to.
Bro, your guest house bigger than the fucking 3 houses that surround my house.
Right.
And what are we talking
like,
about?
my man cave is a she shed. Like,
see what Oprah did? When Gail and them came to interview her, they had to quarantine in her guest house for 2 weeks. Gail and the crew had to stay in the guest house, but mind you, the guest house is a fucking mini mansion.
Right.
It's your own quarters. Like.
So she got her own. She got that kind of love where a Gail was sitting there with the camera people.
You only had to stay there for 2 weeks.
It was it was 2 weeks.
How long the boy
And she was
Stedman
dead
had to
serious.
stay there? Stedman had to stay there for a long ass time.
Stedman's in the pool house.
Oh, he ain't even in the guest house?
Nah, they always said pool house with Stedman. They always compared him to the boy that was in OJ backyard. They always said they had the same house.
He doing Carlton and Will Jones off the Fresh Prince. He on one of them Jones.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they always described his jaw, which is crazy because Stedman got paper. If y'all think Stedman broke, I don't know what the fuck wrong with y'all.
Yeah,
And it ain't
no.
Oprah money. Trust
No.
me. Stedman come from money.
Stedman money. That sound like money.
He was
How much
named
is that?
Stedman. If he not fucking Haitian, he come from money, bro.
What's his first name? I don't know his first name.
I think his first name is Stedman.
Let's look him up.
Stedman something. You about to
You know I'm
Google
going. You know I'm going to confirm.
He like seal. That's it. It's just Stedman.
it? Bro, people are
Stedman. He don't even need a whole name.
That's it.
People are fucking. People would do an auction to live in fucking
Stedman
Oprah pool
Graham.
house.
And he's an
You hear
American
me?
educator.
Niggas would do an auction to live in Oprah pool house.
Man.
Let me
Niggas would
tell
be
you
like,
something.
what, 1.5? I got 1.8.
First of all, let me tell you something. His name is Stedman Graham. That's money.
Mm-hmm.
He's an American educator, author, businessman, and public speaker.
Mm-hmm.
First
And he
off,
from New
educator.
Jersey. And he's from New Jersey.
Now, part of what y'all didn't hear, if y'all don't listen closely to what she just said, this motherfucker get paid to show up.
Yeah.
He gets paid
Everything
to
he
be
do.
there.
Yeah.
Listen to what the resume is. When he's there, there's a check.
Right.
So y'all can make all this Stedman jokes, y'all what?
I don't know. For a walk though.
But you niggas would have bust Oprah ass for a year's worth of food.
Right.
Cut it the fuck out.
You get a steak. You get a steak.
Like, Oprah, can you send me all your food plugs for 12 months? And you niggas would be ecstatic. Y'all feed the neighborhood.
Cauliflower, mashed potatoes, all crazy with the lobster. Hollandaise sauce. Hook it up, oh.
You know she ain't cooking it. That ain't Patty.
Hook it up.
Yo, that's crazy.
Hi. This is Juice from Elevated Entertainment. Is this Font Production?
Hi, this is Kay with Font Production.
I am calling because I like to get some information on getting my business in order.
Okay, let's see what you have already. Do you have an LLC?
I do not.
Cool. Is your name already trademarked?
I think that is something I would like to get trademarked. I didn't even think about that.
Awesome.
I will be, and I do have a few artists that I work with, and I need to make sure that all of their business is taken care of and their music is covered legally.
Okay. Do you have those registered with a pro?
I do not.
What about your songs? Are they copyrighted?
One does, the others don't, but this is the reason why I'm calling, because it's time for me to get all of those things in order, and it seems like you do all of them.
I certainly do.
One-stop shop.
Absolutely. Let's get started.
I love it.
And you know what's crazy is that, like, now we're seeing this, and it's something I want y'all opinion on, because I feel like there's so much violence and bullshit going on that we're neglecting the swing, right? We're seeing so many more millionaires from our communities, but we're also just starting to see billionaires from our generation.
True.
So I feel like there's a lot of things with that, and a graduation rate of black women being higher than anybody else, and the things like that. I feel like there's a swing that nobody's paying attention to, because, like what we always say, they not gonna show it.
Right.
So it's nothing to brag about or rant about, because they're not making it a thing. They're not putting it in the forefront. But if you really pay attention, and then add on the children, the Freddie Gray situation, that started with the kids.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit that happened last year, the kids held it down. You know what I mean? It was the youth that masterminded and strategized amongst themselves for movements that was crazy in these last 5 years worth of time that we've seen with the police brutality shit we've been dealing with our whole life. Right?
Sure.
So I think that, like, there's a swing we need to acknowledge, and people need to figure out where they can help, so we could change the narrative of just complaining about. Because I hate one of the narratives I hate is we never say nothing until they kill us. That's not true.
Right.
I know a bunch of motherfuckers. He has organizations. He has sports clubs and stuff just because of that. Just to make sure that these things are changing his surroundings.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
We engage with so many different people and entities and organizations that are doing things. We got a barrel full of sneakers and school supplies that's damn near full. Shout out to everybody that donated and contributed.
Yep.
I didn't know if we could fill this bitch. I haven't even added my sneakers to it yet, and I'll show you how big this barrel is.
I still got sneakers
It's
too.
crazy.
I ordered yeah,
But like, it's people out here helping.
I'll bring some sneaks up too.
So I feel
Instead of selling them.
yeah, any
Don't
sneaks,
need 'em.
whatever. You, the kids, outgrew some shit. Y'all might, whatever. Go through the closet for me. School supplies and books.
School supplies and books. Yeah, it's back to school time.
School supplies and books. They going to Ghana, FYI.
Oh, all right.
But
That's even better.
My man is really tapped in, and this is his mission. And like I said, we support people's missions all the time.
True.
And it don't take like to fill this barrel, which is about this high and this big. All it took was to make a flyer and post it and share it.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
now I'm gonna have to I had to pick up some stuff a couple times. No big deal. I'm running around the city anyway.
Right.
I stop past your way when I get time, and we gonna get that done. And we gonna have to lift it and get it into my man truck. But outside of that, it's not like, how much did that really cost me in energy or finances to help in this way? Like, we can
Not
all
much.
find something that we can help with, and we do this shit year round with whoever got something popping at the time that we can help with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Vu. Vu provided the neighborhood refrigerator and an environment where these kids can feel comfortable and they can shop and build brands and things like that. And it's like, I got a box full of clothes I want to give him so he could put it out there next to the fridge for whomever may need the clothes, because people was giving me clothes and I didn't ask for clothes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And he like, bro, we ain't really collecting them. I'm like, but I just want to put them out there for the people. He like, oh, I got you. You know what I mean? Because it don't make sense, like, how much we have
In
that we
abundance.
neglect.
Yeah, true.
Like, how many pair of sneakers do you have that you go a whole year without wearing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can tell you mine. It sounds crazy. You know how many pair of sneakers I have that only make sense for 3 months out of the year in the climate that we live in?
I remember I remember going back and forth to school. That'd be the most shit we'd take back and forth to school.
No,
Sneakers,
I had a Ford Explorer full of sneaker boxes. And I'm talking about no back seat or nothing, just all sneaker boxes.
Yeah.
In college, my freshman year.
I was humble. Somebody was over my house, and one of my family members was giving them a tour of my house, and I really didn't want them to give them a tour. But when they got to where my shoes was, it's like, yeah, that's all her shoes right there. And the person was like really, and I was like, I was humbled, like, oh shit, like.
No, we
damn.
real. We have real problems. Like, there's not. Anytime in a recent history that I have bought something that was a strange color, and I even thought that I might not have a shoe to match it, I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like impossible to buy
that I
something
had
I don't have a shoe for anymore. And that's when and I'm talking about like the type of shoe I want at that. Like, everything don't go with everything.
Sure.
I'm talking about like I might got 4 of them in that match that joint, and this is the style that fits. So now I got to choose from these 2. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. I'm running downstairs like, which one?
Right.
Like,
They look the same.
it's like, well, I mean, they both.
That's what I
work.
do. I got stuff that look the same.
I got a
stuff
lot of
the
that
same.
too.
Not with my shoes as much as my clothes, but
That's how my clothes is. Like, what am I wear? All your t-shirts is black.
that's
No,
me
he
for
one
sure.
of them. He want definitely.
You know, I'm one
them.
of them too, for sure.
It's
Definitely one of them.
different. I don't know.
No, but that's billionaire thought, right? Ain't that what the geniuses and the billionaires do? They buy all their shit the same way so that they don't have to think
Yeah,
about
it's
what they
interchangeable.
putting on.
Yeah, I can't remember. Honestly, I don't. Well, I probably do, but not spending like real money on clothes and shit like how I used to. Anyway.
I mean, we've done that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like you said, like I used to.
Like I used to.
He done it more than
So
I
now,
did.
so now
We've
I
done
can't.
it.
I can't really think of the last time. Now I'd rather like I had that jersey on. I'd rather put some shit together like that. Nobody else
That
had.
jersey
Like,
heavy. That jersey was heavy. I'm like, where the fuck?
be on my Virgil shit. Like
You explained it to me. I'm like, that's crazy. No, but that's what I said about like how creative he is. Like, he made that jersey. That jersey
wow.
is some shit that like if he said, yo, I could personalize these for you, motherfuckers would pay for that shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you could go. We'll talk. Because I don't want to give away the play. But like, it's a customized dope joint that he made for himself that was like crazy. He wore it to the Sammie kill. And don't nobody wear no bullshit to the Sammie
I
kill.
know that's right.
Talk heavy, Sammie.
right.
That joint is definitely it's a situation.
Nah, real shit. But one thing I gotta ask you why I got you on here. You're a part of squad.
Yeah.
Squad.
You know what I mean?
Squad up.
And I always ask squad, what does squad life mean to you, man? What have you learned and gained from being in squad, from having this band of brothers that we have?
Well, that's what I was about to say. It's like a band of brothers. It's like a brotherhood.
We the illest fraternity ever.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, we ain't had no
We ain't gotta
probate.
do no crazy
probate,
shit.
no steps, no colors. You might be either squad or you not squad. Like it just is what it is. But yeah, that's what it is. It's like a brotherhood, man. And what the Sammie Q was for me was like a Philly homecoming, or our love is love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is to me, man. It's just a brotherhood. And it's good to see it was good to see everybody still doing good.
Niggas is
That's
out
what I
here.
said, like still doing good. Like
Motherfuckers out here really winning, bro.
Right.
Like, I'm so proud of so many of my brothers. Like, it's crazy. It's like, whatever they do, and anybody that's been around me in recent years could tell, whatever they do, I'm there. I'm on it. I want to bring the biggest bottle or whatever I can do.
and it's snowballing too, like they children too. Like even squad, I would say
Squad affiliates?
Even squad affiliates. Like other side of the country from
You
New
see
York.
little Camden Coley going crazy out here. Yo, look for this youngin'. In Hollywood, he already lit. Diddy
That's
picked him
what's
up out the crowd a couple years ago, just walking with him, talking with him on his shoulder. Like this little young boy is vicious, and that's our man Brandon son.
That's what's up.
But like, it's a lot of people that we seeing that's doing dope things, man, and it's a unit of support. Like one of the best baby showers I ever been to was a squad baby shower for Bible daughter.
For Bible daughter?
Yeah, cause like her family had one, and then we had one.
Oh, that's decent.
At the crib. You know what I'm saying?
I never heard of a double baby shower.
Bro, well, people been doing them.
Yeah.
But, like, it was one of them things where it was like, squad ain't going to let that. That was like our first, opportunity to have something for one of the brothers that had a kid for real. You know what I mean?
True.
So.
Yeah, and just recently, I would say Ray was the last one.
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was one of them things where it was just like everybody was so hyped. It's like we gonna do something, but you can't do a squad baby shower like you do a rec. We ain't playing all them games. We playing some games though. They gave us footies and shit. We played some game with footies. You probably know what that game is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like one or two other games, but mostly we was bidding. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of gifts and a lot of food and a lot of this.
Squad shit.
And we had a ball, and it felt good because it was a real representation of like. When we have kids in the gang is gonna be there for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If we have access to your children, if you need us, we gonna be there. Like, and every situation is situational because a lot of our homies, just in general, don't get to have the influence on their kids that they want to have. So if you one of us, we want to be there as much as possible with you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that was heavy for
That's
me.
what's up. I love your camaraderie, and I love the love that y'all have. Like, love is love with the squad. I love how
No,
you do
it's
that.
a real thing. Like, and everybody don't get along all the time because we not perfect.
I mean, that's family though.
But it comes down to the come down. You had 20.
That's as real as it gets. When do anybody always
Get along?
That's
But I
family.
think that's the perception because, like, it's people that went to school with us that admire squad because they like, yo, still to this day, it's still all of y'all every time. Like, every
Right.
homecoming, every part, like, every time it's a event that people from our school is at.
Squad
we
representation.
in
Squad
there,
representation.
and we having it, and brothers look good, and the bottles is there. You know what I mean? It we ain't fell off,
Yeah,
but we ain't fell apart.
yeah.
True.
So it's like to see both. They like, man. I tell people all the time. The thing that I see about squad is, a lot of people don't understand. You're blessed if 20 years after you started college, you still got 3 friends from college that you talk to regularly,
Oh yeah.
that you really trust and fuck with. You're blessed.
Mhm.
It's 40 something, 50 of us,
Yeah.
including females and OGs.
Yeah.
Because the original squad was my class, and his class was the year over us because I repeated a year in high
I know.
school, so we got separated. So then they came in, but then over time, the OGs from all the way up here became squad. You know what I mean? And then the
Right.
homegirls, they squad, they gang, they put in as much energy to us being successful as any of us do.
Yeah.
You know, as a unit.
Did you let any of the young bucks come in?
We got a couple youngins. That's where you get Wilk from.
Oh, okay.
Young Ant from Jersey. That's where you
Right.
get him from.
Okay.
They was under us,
Okay. Okay.
but they squad too, and they had everything. It's like that. Our reach don't go much further than that because wasn't nobody on campus after that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay.
We wasn't really.
But it's
well,
enough
I mean,
of
yeah,
us.
we wasn't even on campus.
Yeah.
We started in OC.
Yeah, I feel you.
That shit was.
It was
down by the river.
I was in OC
down
too.
by the river on the hanky panky and shit like.
Real shit.
And then from there we went to Northwood. That was off campus. That was apartments. That's when shit really got lit.
So that's the twist. Like, so what happens is, if y'all don't understand about Morgan, there was no parties allowed on campus when I got there. So every college party was at a club.
Right.
Or a lounge. So it used to be parties every week, at least from Thursday to Sunday. It would be a party, a big party.
Right.
But then it would be 2 or 3 parties battling each other every Friday and Saturday. So me and Shad, shout out to Shad, we used to just decide, like, yo, bro, I don't want to go to that party this week. Like, we should just do something. It's enough of us. So I would call him, and I'd be like, yo, we throwing a party at Chick Crib. We throwing a pajama jammy jam. We did that before. We threw a pajama jammy jam before. And it would be Thursday. We throwing it on Saturday. He'd be like, all right, I'm going to tell everybody, you know what I mean, we put all our valuables away. Niggas will tighten up. Whatever y'all, just let us know. We be here. All right, love. What we going to do is we going to charge everybody $3. We going to charge you $5 if you don't got on a motherfucking costume, if you don't got on pajamas. Right? So we do that. So I tell them, once we get our money back, y'all get the door. No problem. Because they got to clean up and all that shit anyway. Right. You know what I mean? So, true or false? These is facts, right?
Facts.
So, we do the pajama jammy jam. Me and Shad get on the bus, on the shuttle bus on Friday. And he gets on the front, I get on the back. Couple niggas sit with both of us. And Shad said, yo, what you doing this weekend? I said, I don't know. I think I heard Squad having something over in Northwood. Over in Northwood having what? They said something about a pajama jammy jam. A pajama jammy jam? Yeah, pajama jammy jam. A pajama jammy jam in Northwood? Yeah, Northwood. Squad having it. Squad having it. You know it's going to be crazy. Like, this would be the conversation from the front of the bus to the back of the bus. Yeah. So then they'd be like, damn, I might slide. What's the address? I think it's 4424 366. 4424 366? 4424 366. You said it's 4424 366. Yes, 4424 366. Then the whole bus would start chanting 4424 366. By Saturday, the line is out the fucking plaza.
That shit was like the lamb chop song. That shit was like the lamb chop song.
Yo, it was like one of them what was them movies like Porky's and all that shit. It would be like
project, like a project.
We in this project apartment building. Like, it's Section 8 people with apartments in this complex. But there's a line all the way down the walkway and around the park, and there's nowhere to park near this section of the joint. And one of the parties got shut down by the cops 4 times.
Oh shit.
Yeah, everybody was hopping out the window and shit. Out the back
crazy.
window.
I believe it too. Trust me.
We had women in lingerie climbing in the window. Like, like you put a chair outside.
I mean, I know how to do that, but I just wasn't never one of them. So
no, it was like, you don't understand. We had the first silent party. The cops came so many times. We told everybody, you come back in. We can't turn the music on. Y'all got to shut the fuck up. And everybody sat in there. It was drinking and smoking and chilling.
Hey.
Like, this we used to go hard, but they used to provide the venue.
Right.
Like, they used to be their spot because we was still in the dorms.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, they
shout
got
out to Bible.
Shout out to
Shout
Bible.
out to Mass.
Shout
out to Wook. Yeah.
Wook raw. My audience know Wook because he sat on here and said, she got her butt cheeks out.
I be saying it to people and they don't understand what I be talking about. I'm like, listen, you gotta go to the podcast.
Yo, that shit. Did you watch that episode?
Out.
Bro, he sung that shit the whole episode.
Yo,
he was trying to figure the hook out. I'm like, yo, he's tripping.
A mess.
And I can't wait to hear the song. And I had him on here with Mozart. And Mozart said he would make the beat. I'm like, you got a super producer that's vouching for the beat.
Yeah, you got the beat.
Right.
Man, you better go get it then.
Let me get 16 on that joint. What? Put me on the remix.
Shorty got a butt cheeks
out.
out.
Is gonna be the best. Everybody gonna be on the remix of that.
Shorty got a butt cheeks out.
She got her butt cheeks out.
He said, I pulled up, she had the duck face pile, but she had the butt cheeks out. He said, I'm in the car smoking wild. Shorty had the butt cheeks out.
It's so stupid,
Yo, that was the best shit ever, man. The best shit ever, I swear. I promise you. But, like, and that's what I be trying to explain to people, too. I forget it was something recent that happened. And I was like, it was somebody that was spitting that was like, Squad. And I was like, you don't understand. When we was in school, we had the best ciphers.
Oh yeah,
You had
true.
8 spitters in the squad, like dudes that get busy. Like he just named like, all right, say like me, Krooz, Whoop. Mass is Minaj, by the way. Right. So you know Minaj. Minaj one of the best rappers I ever heard.
Wow.
Fucking CJ. Like it was mad
didn't know
niggas that was
that.
nice.
You ain't tell me he
And
was
then
down
it was
there with
niggas
you?
that was good.
Right.
You know what I
But
mean?
you did not tell me all the time he was down there with you.
Yeah, Minaj was out there with me. And his brother, Munir, was there too.
I ain't seen Minaj since we graduated Ivy Leaf.
Yeah, because, you know, he was at ENS with us, and he transferred to Gratz.
Yeah, Minaj, my track brother.
Yeah.
And
I know
shit.
he run. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him since we graduated 8th grade.
So when I got, and I'll tell you how thorough he is, I was down there for orientation the year before my freshman year. And he said, yo, you out there? I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down early and fuck with you. He came down. It was nothing for him to do out there. He just came down to check me out. And then I found out him and Minaj was supposed to be roommates in their apartment.
Yeah, we was
So
down,
it was
we
like
down
they
there
was
on track
still together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that was love. And then Munir popped up, and I'm like, shit. Because he was at ENS with us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's
So
up.
that was crazy, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Like, I can't get away from you motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
leave us-
It's crazy because Nas left ENS went to Gratz.
When I left to go to Roma.
Right, yeah, and you went to go to.
I bounced the same year.
I didn't realize he even went to ENS with you. I
Yeah,
haven't
he
seen
was
him
there the
since, like I
first
said,
2
since
years.
8th grade. Since
Our
we
first year there
graduated.
was a little rocky, but after that we got good.
Yeah. Oh,
And by
that's what's up.
college it was just like love. Like that's my nick. Like
Shout
I've
out
known
to
this nigga
man.
since elementary school. You
That's
know
right.
what
Now
I'm
she
saying?
go to
He went to
Ivy
Ivy
League.
League.
Yeah. Shout out to Minaj.
That's why she's so emotional. She went to Ivy League.
That's my little boyfriend at Ivy Leaf. That's the only one that was my little boyfriend.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it was like 2 days.
Oh well. You know.
But I didn't have like.
Sounds like elementary school.
I mean, yeah.
Middle school.
Yeah. Everybody else was like my
It
brother.
take one note to get past to break you up in elementary and middle school.
It take one note to go
Like
together.
she was hugging on such and such at the bus stop. Like, oh, it's over
take
for her.
one note to go
Lies.
together, one note to fucking break up.
Yeah, yes or no. I just watched The Shy. The young boy did that to the girl in The Shy. He wrote a yes or
Yo,
no
we was
note.
definitely doing that.
My yes or no's was a little deeper.
I'm glad you was always like fam, because we didn't go through that.
I was vicious.
You was
I
always
was
fam.
vicious. I was sending notes to other classes. Like, fuck passing it around the room. I was writing some shit
Yeah, I
out.
was
This
too.
whole period, I'm see you the whole way. You gonna sit in class and squirt.
You went up and down
What the hell does that mean?
classes.
Oh, yeah, I did. I definitely did. You know, it's 7th with the 8th grader, 8th with the 7th grader.
Yeah, he was
I
he
did
was
both.
a little, he was always him.
But we got the ENS, and he'll tell you this. Me, Penny at the time,
I just
Maurice,
talked to him today.
Yeah.
all our girlfriends was upperclassmen. Our
Sure.
freshman year, all of them. It was crazy, and it was like that wasn't nobody mission. We just fell into them circles,
Right.
and that was the thing when we was at
And that's
ENS.
sterile too.
We was good when
Everybody
we
was
was
in ENS
freshmen.
is pretty much there.
Like, and it was a lot of people in that school that was overwhelmed because you gotta think like Lynn Greer was there, Kelly Greer was there,
Yeah.
like it was a lot of motherfuckers there that like got a lot of attention and used to like kind of run them hallways. But when we came in there, Joe, we was all good. He was
That's
a track
right.
star. I was with all the hoopers.
If you a star, you a star. It don't even matter. Like if you a star, if you a standout, you gonna stand out.
No, and the thing about us was we didn't really care.
That's
Like,
why it
we
was
didn't
even
give
more
a fuck.
organic and
Right.
genuine because you was already you.
Like when he wore his Coogee t-shirt, he didn't know if anybody in that school knew who Coogee was.
It was picture day. What you supposed to wear on picture day?
You see what I'm saying? Like it
I
was
don't
just
even
regular.
fucking
It wasn't
remember
to
picture
impress
day.
nobody. I had first
I don't
period
even feel like I
gym.
took school. I don't even feel like I took pictures in school.
I had first period
I
gym. I, used
think I
to
took
walk
senior
around in
pictures
my
and that's it, which I
not my
lost.
gym clothes, but I used to put on ball shorts and walk around the rest of the day.
See.
Like get dressed for what?
Yeah, we ain't had to wear a uniform, so
Yeah, like and then 7th period, I'm gonna put my jeans and my shit on. My Timbs will still be fresh. I'm on my way home.
Yeah.
No, it was always about.
I was too
saving
grown
your
when I was in
Timbs
high
and your-
school.
and your hoe catches. Remember that?
and then trying to get in a lunchroom, play spades and shit.
We was
Our high
playing
school was the
dominoes.
space capital of the world because you went to.
Central. We was
Central.
playing dominoes.
We used to laugh at y'all.
They wouldn't let us play cards.
We used
That's
to
why
know
we
that
was
y'all
playing
played dominoes. And we used to be like, yo, they in there playing dominoes. We spading it up. Like,
Because they wouldn't let us play cards.
and you know how much money we used to bet on spades?
We used to play dominoes. We used to bet money too.
You could bet hundreds of
Basic.
dollars on dominoes?
Why not?
Then going to Morgan.
Not, I don't know. At that level, I don't
Spades
know.
was the shit down there.
I mean, maybe not at one
Oh, yeah,
hand.
Morgan.
I mean, maybe
No.
not at one hand.
Remember the time we went 3 games in 4 hands?
Oh yeah,
For the money.
space tournament, Joe. Man.
We won 3 games in 4 hands, yo. Like, got Wills on the first hand,
Yeah.
got like 11 on the first hand, and then got like 12 on the second hand of the next game.
Oh wow.
I gambled with him one time, and I reneged this game too.
Oh.
But we beat this motherfucker.
Did he ever tell you that before that he reneged? Like,
He knew when I was reneging.
I mean, oh okay.
That it was the code.
Okay.
Like if we.
I mean, hey, it's for the money. Like you still gotta make sacrifices.
I didn't
You gotta
have
do
no
what you
money. I
gotta
was
do.
ass betting. Man, I was $60. They played for $300. Like I
And then
need
they got,
this.
and then they got, and then at the end of the day, they gotta find out what book it is.
Yep, you got to show me the book. And we already on game, so we already ahead of that. So it'd be like, I played the last card, and the nigga hit the, I never seen this shit before. The nigga hit the table so hard that the cup of juice flipped completely over and into the girl's lap that was next to her. And he wasn't saying we cheated.
You
He
know how
was
the
just
fuck I
mad
be.
he lost that bread. And we used to, like, we laughed a lot.
I'm
yo.
just thinking about being that female. You know
Oh,
how
she
I
was
be.
sick. She ain't had no money on the game. She was mad. It got nothing to do with this shit.
You already know how I would have been, bro. Though you already know.
But Spades was the shit up, Morgan, man.
And I'm not sitting at the table if I ain't playing unless I'm next.
I hear you. But, you know, when the players around, the women are too.
I mean, I know.
It's just part of the game.
I am a woman. I know.
Yeah. But no, that
I'm
was my
a little
Spades
young
partner.
whippersnapper.
All right.
I knew,
Space partner, drinking partner.
drinking partner. I knew I was good with Keith.
That's what's up.
Whenever Krooz was around, we good, man.
That's what's up.
And we walked out with money.
That's love.
Drunk
the
as
time.
shit. All the time.
That's love.
All the time.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been-
Y'all silly.
No, but it's funny because we found out in college that it's like this synergy in ENS that like you just know what your partner doing when they doing it. Like, cause we wasn't partners in ENS. You know what I mean? My partner was Penny.
Oh, okay.
Like we used to always cheat together and gamble together. And then if he was about to get caught, he used to throw the deck across the fucking cafeteria.
I can imagine him
Yeah,
doing
'cause
some
he
dumb
was a
shit like
hooper.
that. I know he did some dumb shit like that, yo. I know
He
he
was
did.
mad small and he was on the ball team. He used to just get away with murder, yo.
I know he did some dumb shit like that.
But like we used to really be like we was the only ones that was allowed in the senior lunchroom. Like the seniors had their own section where they used to
Yeah.
gamble at. They used to let us in because they used to be playing for
Yeah.
checks,
I
their little
was
Foot Locker checks
allowed
and shit.
everywhere.
Yeah, I was like the only freshman on the track team. The coach called me Young Boy and shit. That was my track name and shit. Young Boy. Young
What?
Boy.
What's my man named Dave?
Oh yeah, Dave.
Real Philly shit, Young Boy.
Dave Collins. Dave was in '99.
Whatever happened with Dave? Did he
I don't know. Dave won states. Dave was fast as shit.
Dave used to run like
Dave ran like a 10-3 in high school, like
You know-
FAT, like real time. He
You
went
know
to-
how
he
Usain
ended up going to
Bolt-
Clemson. He
You
went to
know-
Clemson.
Clemson. You know how Usain Bolt used to be laughing at niggas like
Yeah.
Dave was doing that in high school. Like
Yeah.
he'd be way ahead of niggas before.
Yeah.
Hold
they
up.
looked back.
Did
Dave
you
was like
know-
a grown. His pop was a bodybuilder.
Pop was
Speaking of
huge.
you saying, did you know he had a song out?
I don't think I know.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's reggae.
Yeah.
It would have to
like,
be.
Is he
Wouldn't
sing? But is he singing or is he DJing?
I got it. No, I,
It had to be like
I,
a
I gotta
reggae
listen
tone
to it again.
type
I gotta
joint,
listen to it
like
again.
A dancey. It got to be a dancey.
It's a
I'm
dancey
trying to
song.
figure out the energy.
It's a
yeah.
dancey song. It's a dancey song, I believe. I didn't really get to the whole thing. I think for like something I got distracted, but I was like, oh shit, you sing both.
What would you go on an app?
You know, I listen to Tidal all the time. I listen to new shit all the time. I don't put nothing in. I just listen to random shit some days so I can hear shit that I never heard before.
Ain't nothing wrong
It
with
was
if
but
can
you know
stand
what?
it. Shit might
Yeah,
drive
you
me crazy.
definitely. That
It was
would
at- it was-
definitely not turn into my circle of music.
But I
at
feel
all.
like it's
I'm
under
moody as fuck. Like that would not pop up.
no, but I feel like it was under like suggested new songs or like suggested new albums or something like that.
Mm.
So
I mean, shit. I'm sure his backing is legit.
True. Right.
This nigga got a lifetime Puma deal. I
Right.
swear.
And Jamaica behind him.
Yeah.
like a motherfucker.
He good. He
Jamaica
made enough
behind
money his
every
first
single-
Olympics. to
Hold
live
up.
in
First of
Jamaica
all,
the
it
rest
said
of his life
Usain
couple.
Bolt, artist, songwriter, producer, and performer. He got shit talking about the
All them
Rules
credits.
Rhythm.
And Jamaica just swept with the women's.
Living the Dream. That's
Oh,
the
they
one I
killed.
heard. He got a joint
They
called
killed.
Living the Dream. That's the one I was
Living
listening
the
to.
Dream.
Shout out Shakira Richard. I know she would have got him out on that in the mix.
Oh, Shakar, yeah, man. She'd have got one. They said Simone coming back for one of the final events.
She is, yeah.
What y'all
I
think
think
about
Balance Beam.
As long as she's
What y'all
ready.
think about that?
I don't want her to be rushed in it. I feel like
The
I
whole
don't.
Olympic shit in general and the pressure and the mentality and all of that.
People don't understand the mentality and pressure of athletes.
of athletes.
And
just
being a
performing,
gymnast,
right?
like
That's-
somebody, Jawan Howard said, Jalen Rose said, when you a fucking gymnast, she has to be perfect every day.
Absolutely.
Basketball players don't have to be perfect every game.
You can't see her smoking
They don't,
weed. You
yo.
can't see her smoking weed
No,
and drinking
not-
somewhere.
I mean, even in competition, she
Oh,
has to
yeah.
stick that landing every single time.
Absolutely.
I don't have to hit every jump
She's-
shot.
Did you see how many times she spent and twirled? Like
Yes.
she got dizzy in the air.
She's
Like they call
designed-
that shit twisties. Now you was dizzy.
Yes.
I was dizzy watching that shit in slow
No,
motion.
but that's
like,
that's a technical term for what they go through.
yeah,
When they-
in the
when they
air
lose.
like that
It's-
that
yeah.
vertigo or
Yeah.
like
It's like vertigo.
equilibrium type shit. Yeah.
But
she's actually like graded on herself, like by individuals, not like a team. It's by herself every
exactly,
time.
and the fact that she's doing shit like she's falling short on shit nobody else can do.
That was what I was about to say. I was
Like-
waiting for a
Like
refund.
y'all have
That's what I was
penalized
about to
her
say.
for shit because nobody else can do it.
Her level of
That's what I was about to
difficulty
get
is
to.
way
I was waiting for us
above
to get to
everybody
that.
else.
The level of difficulty is like 2030.
True.
And you motherfuckers is watching it in 2021 confused at what she's doing and then saying,
But if she
her
do
foot
something,
slipped.
but if she do something that everybody else can do, they tell her that she's not challenged. So what in the fuck is it? What you want me to do? The shit everybody can do, or something nobody
It's
can
always
do?
like that with black women in sports though.
But let's keep it
It's
like-
always like that with black women in general.
Well, what they're skipping also,
Touche.
and what only black media is speaking on is she's still the last survivor of that coach that was doing all that fuck shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she,
So
she
let's
could
not
be going
act
through
like-
mental
That's what I was also getting to when I said they don't know the pressure.
Even
Mental
whether she
health,
knows it,
yeah.
you know, how some shit be on the front of your mind, some
Right.
shit be on the back, but it's
Some
there.
shit be
there.
subconsciously you don't even understand
She
that
might
it's
not,
fucking with
like-
you.
Like know it or she might do, but at the same time she knows she not right.
Right. And she's still performing in that same aspect with that, you know what I mean, with that same coach, you know what I'm saying? So who knows what type of triggers she may have, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Which is why I said people don't understand the pressures of athletes and the shit that they going through.
I think they should watch the Dominique Dawes interview that she did last week. They talked to Dominique, and y'all remember how big Dominique when we
Yeah, absolutely. She
Yeah,
was the one.
she was the
She was
the
the
small,
first.
yeah, she was the
She
small
was the
body.
first one.
Yeah.
Right.
She was the first one.
Yeah.
And she talked about her anxiety when she used to hit that fucking runway to come out there. And I think like she's
Yeah,
20
like you said,
years.
she got to be perfect.
She's
every
20
time.
years removed.
Right.
She's 20 years removed, and she's talking about it in a way that you know how you can see it when people talk
Yeah.
about it. It's like she understands completely what that girl is going through, and you listening to it's like what I said about even NBA players and it being mandatory that you talk to the press if you're a certain level of player.
Yeah.
Right.
I just lost the championship by 1 point, and I gotta sit here in a room full of motherfuckers from 5'2" to 5'8" that have never fucking been able to do any of the things that I'm capable of.
Don't understand the emotion I'm going through.
Tell me for an allotted amount of time in different phrasings,
Or the same
questions
because they repeat the same shit over and over again.
what I should have did.
It's the same phrases because they repeat
Do you
the same
understand?
How do
shit.
you feel about?
That's crazy. Like, bro, I gave
And don't ask me about.
You just
another
lost by
player.
1 point. How does it feel?
I gave the example of like after intramurals, I had a horrible game. I used to kill intramurals, so I was like, man, I stunk it. I was pissed. And Ray was like, if you would have stopped going left, you know what I'm saying, you'd have been all right. And my reaction was overkill because it just happened.
Right, it just happened.
Like we ain't 20
Be like,
minutes removed.
Was that too soon?
And then the
Was that too soon?
thing that calmed it down
Yes,
was
I
that
mean.
my reaction was so overkill that everybody in squad was like, you mad as shit, you mad, and I had to eat
Yeah,
that.
squad. Yeah, squad. Yeah.
But
was
yeah, I am
mad.
mad though.
I was mad, but I had to
Right.
realize that I was mad at the wrong shit. I'm still
Right.
mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
right.
wasn't
At the-
wrong.
Yeah, at
Right.
the end of the day, yeah, I'm
It
mad
was
at
bad
me.
timing, but he wasn't wrong.
I'm
And
gonna say,
gotta
you know, I
realize
live by. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So
there's
that was
still
just
that, you know, there's a lot of people that can't have that conversation about what happened tonight till tomorrow.
Yeah.
You telling
Most people
motherfuckers
can't.
that they gotta walk right up there and listen to y'all damn near antagonize them.
Yeah.
It's the same with Olympic athletes, but
True.
it's the same in basketball,
Yeah.
and they don't have to be perfect.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I think people neglect that. We start talking about money and all this crazy shit, but everybody with money is saying about their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because money don't change nothing.
It doesn't.
It's
More
only
money,
gonna,
more problems.
It's only going to magnify the problems that you have. for
Shout out
real,
to
for
Big.
real.
Rest in peace to Big. More money,
And
more
we're talking
problems.
about-
Magnify the problems you have.
When we're talking about athletes, we're talking about young people that have damn near dedicated their entire life to
To
this
doing
thing.
something, right.
They haven't.
But don't know anything
They
else
haven't
about the
figured
business
anything out about
or the business
themselves.
aspect that's
It's
associated.
tainted by money.
They're
tainted by
they're
the money.
socially uncomfortable because they don't know who to trust.
Right.
Like
and they socially uncomfortable because they so busy in their sport. They don't have no time for nothing.
And people don't
else.
treat them like humans. They treat them.
Point,
They treat
You're
them so
alienated.
differently because
Alienated,
when you
yeah.
get to a certain level, you're not treated like a human being. You're treated
You're
like
an alien.
on a
They
pedestal.
alienated.
You're an alien. So it's like nobody's
alien.
being real with you. It's like being a 6'7", 14-year-old.
Excuse me.
6'7", 14-year-old.
I didn't realize
Nobody's gonna keep it real with you,
Right.
bro. Everybody needs you on their squad.
Did
That
y'all realize
potential.
that? Y'all know, I just looked it up. Did y'all realize Stedman was 6'6"? I just looked that up.
I knew he was tall. I didn't know he
He's
was
6'6".
6'6".
That's pretty tall.
He's tall though. Stuck on Stedman ass. Ooh, let me find out. She trying to get some sugar with her daddy.
I had to turn the sugar daddy down today. It was real funny. Like,
What was the approach? I'm interested.
so I'm at my dad's house, which is a senior citizen, like, you know, facility or whatever.
Okay, that's where
like,
it is.
you know. And so he outside, he in a, you know, this, you know, BMW truck, whatever. He like, I just want to tell you, you are so beautiful. I was like, oh, thank you. He's like, can I just take you out? I'm like, damn, he say the same shit these little young niggas are saying. I was like, no, I'm sorry, you know. But boy was just, motherfuckers beeping the horn. He like not going nowhere. I'm like, oh, ahead. Like,
He got time today.
Right.
I don't. The fuck
Full
out my
tank of
way.
gas.
In a bank account that he ain't gonna take with him.
I know. I thought about that, but I was like, you know what?
Now, I was watching this week.
What's the day? it's the second, right?
Today the
I thought
first,
about
ain't it?
that. I definitely thought.
I think
Oh,
it's the
he was
second.
definitely about to get got for 2.2 seconds, and I was like, you know what?
I was watching Breakfast Club this week, and they was talking about sugar daddies for some reason. And, of course, all of the women that called and said they had sugar daddies, a lot of them really wasn't getting shit, but they all was saying that they don't do nothing for it. So Angela was running with the narrative that a sugar daddy is a guy that just wants to do things for you and he doesn't want anything for it. And I'm
Fuck
like,
that.
we really going to just act like out of all these motherfuckers cutting checks, none of these niggas getting their shit played with?
Fuck
That
outta
ain't
here.
That don't make no sense.
Not
Like,
at all.
But it'd be crazy because it's to the point now where I watch that shit and I be like, yo, they
My
just sick
dad
of
real with
arguing
me.
with
I
her.
definitely know.
Like, they just be letting her have it sometimes. Like, you know what? She's going to get mad. Fuck it.
Right. Pick your battles.
Yeah.
They ain't have some joints ain't got sugar daddies. They got sweet and low daddies.
Yeah. And that's what somebody said. But I think it was a gay guy
They just sweet and low.
that said,
Sweet and low
yeah, the
daddies.
But then they asked what he get. And he was talking about, like, shit that equal like $50, $100 at a time. Like,
How much?
he wasn't talking
50?
about nothing. Yeah, he
$50
wasn't
or
talking about
$100.
Oh
nothing. He
no,
wasn't talking about
dog.
money.
That's like $40.
I'm
It
about
was
to
like-
say.
no,
You
it
just
was
round
like-
that joint
It
up.
was like it was like you're a smoker and you got a trick type money.
$1,500 is.
It's like you were smoking and you got a trick. That's what that is.
You know, cool.
My bad. I don't usually talk like this. But that's what it felt like.
That's what it is, dog.
But I was just
Yeah, that's
wondering,
basically.
like, are we agreeing that sugar daddies are no longer wanting sugar in the days of Viagra and Cialis? You think these niggas don't get
I don't
nothing
agree
now?
with that.
Right.
I exactly. They overly aggressive now.
I had this shit
Sugar
exactly.
daddy-
All over
They
the
still
aggressive.
Daddies
can
want
do.
the- sugar
I had this
daddies
old
want a
man try to
cookie.
kiss me. Oh my god! I was like, what in the
Sugar
fuck
daddies
is
want a
wrong with
You
you?
don't know nothing about no Me Too. You ain't on
Listen,
Instagram. You ain't on Twitter. You don't know nothing about no Me Too.
listen. I bit the shit out of him. Fuck you, mean?
She said I bit him.
I did.
You got the fucking COVID.
This is prior to. Now you already know this is pre-COVID. This is pre my kids.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
That's
it was. I ain't no sugar
It
daddies.
was
And,
BC.
Before
Before COVID.
children.
Before COVID.
even though it was pre-C before children.
Before children.
And my kids is 7 and 7.
Crazy.
You said 7 and 7.
I love
Spot
fucking-
right
They're
there.
not twins, but they're
And they're not
7
twins.
and
So I
7.
love talking to guys, like especially guys. I be like, yeah, my kids 10 months apart. Some guys are like, mine too. I'm like, nah, they both came out of me. They be like, oh shit. Like,
Like dummy.
I love it.
He said mine too.
And he's not talking about the same girl either.
Right.
They be talking about like
Of
two
course
different
not.
females.
Not Irish
There's
twins.
niggas that talk about 3 kids.
Right. Like
10
this
months.
wasn't the plan B. That's
Right.
what that was.
Dang.
Right.
But
Y'all
no,
silly.
man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, future plans, Krooz. What we building towards, man, that you can share? Legacy-wise or otherwise, whether it's community-wise, whatever have you. Whether it's the project you've been secretly working on that you're going to
Trying to get Chalmers Park back on the map. Chalmers Park.
Mhm.
I used to go to Rhodes. Chalmers Park is like connected to Rhodes right
Yeah.
there.
Right,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And well, it's kind of funny because back in the day, Rhodes and Ethel Island was like, I guess like rival middle schools and shit.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Allegheny West and like Strawberry Mansion area.
Right.
I got a lot of fam down Strawberry Mansion area. Shout out down 29th from the
That's where Shay Mom used to work for years.
Down Murderwood Street.
So you trying to get Chalmers back functional?
Yeah, definitely. I'm on the I'm on the board for Friends of Chalmers Park as a vice president. Schuler is not active as of right now, but when we get Schuler back on the map, Panatti, that's kind of like in my city, in my district, right down there, 22nd and what's that? Lippincott.
Yep.
Okay.
Lippincott and Clearfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Panatti, Allegheny West, not really like the recreation. So that's kind of like a neutral ground for me. But yeah, just being more involved in the city, man. That's my legacy. Trying to get something. Just to see my children and to see my children see me involved in the community and shit, because it's not much of that. Much like we used to play football in the street. You don't see a lot of that now. Everybody online. Yeah, you can't. You can't. But even back in the day, like used to be shootings up at the playground. So
But
that's it's not nothing new.
Not
But
in the
now
middle of the
it's-
street,
yeah,
like when
true,
they're
now,
in front of your
yeah,
house.
True. Right. Yeah.
You can't be on your porch. These
Right.
kids is getting
But
shot on their porch or
gotta
in their
build-
houses.
We gotta build safe zones, just like kids used to have play streets.
Right.
We gotta build.
They
Safe
got
zones.
skate parks. Yeah. Why can't we have a safe zone?
But we gotta abide by them because even when they have safe zones, we gotta make sure that people are
Well,
actually abiding
that
by
comes
that.
from community enforcement.
Right.
That comes from people pitching in and playing a part to make sure that no foolishness. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had an impact on my playground when I was out there every day.
Finley? Yeah, true. I remember you. It was because you, Dell was up there. You had was it a coat drive or something?
I had all type of shit.
Oh,
up
yeah.
there. We worked at the basketball camps, worked at the day camps, even like on things that wasn't directly involved with the recreation center. If you was at that basketball court and we was down there, you wasn't allowed to bring no fuck shit.
Yeah.
I don't care what y'all argued about up top. Don't bring that over here. Like, it just didn't work that way. You know what I mean? And as soon as certain people weren't around anymore, certain stuff started happening that was unheard of up there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes we just got to get that influence back. Whether it don't have to be us. You could pick a thorough young boy and put him on game.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he'll
Let's
be
play
your
throw young
representation.
boys out here. Yeah, true.
They'll be the 2 or 3 of them will be your representation because they're respected by their peers. Not on no goon stuff. They're respected for the right reasons because
Right.
people know that they solid and that they about something. Like we could do it, but we have to train people to have the mentality that we had that helped us to get to where we got to and to avoid the shit that we avoided. Cause it's not happenstance that we still here in the city that we just talked about. Ben had the numbers that it got.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit
There's
don't happen
blessings
by
that
chance.
go
Yeah.
along.
You
but
gotta
at
make
the same
certain
time,
choices. Yeah.
there was decisions, there was awareness, there was the way that we treated people in our travels.
Yeah.
So that when you get in a certain place, you might go to a certain bar or a certain playground or basketball court, and motherfuckers they already know, no, you solid.
But people don't understand like how like systemic and how deep this goes. Like these are the crack babies that's out here.
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say that.
There's
Yeah,
a
it's the
lot
crack
that's
babies,
going
babies.
on. Like
They
there's a
don't
lot
have-
of things that's going on.
And
leadership,
everybody's
yeah.
undiagnosed or misdiagnosed.
Exactly. So it's a lot deeper than just.
No, it's,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
And that's one thing that's ignored, and I would say in the black
For
or
sure.
brown community is that mental health thing. I guess, and that's like the tap back into the Simone Biles situation. So,
no, absolutely. But like, my last job was in behavioral health, and I worked with kids all across the spectrum, and I learned so much. You know, just being hands on without even like doing a lot of the research. That it had me already like, damn, I grew up with people that was on the spectrum and didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I can see that.
I see the same tendencies, the same things that it's like, yo, bro, you could have just got help.
Yeah.
Like, somebody could have helped you,
Right.
but they weren't. There was no spectrum
right,
when we was kids.
right. You could have went to counseling and talked to somebody about your situation.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, because a lot of times, you know, we figure out what our triggers are, and somebody helps us deal with our triggers.
Right.
You know, and all some parts of autism can be handled that way too in certain ways.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Especially early diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, no, this was a dope joint, man. What you got going on?
On the Scene magazine, we have some new articles coming up. We have, oh no, you know what? The article that we have coming up is, I went to an event and covered an event called a Healed Girl Summer. So you know a lot of people doing these hot girl summers. To be a hot girl, you got to be a healed girl. And it was yoga, it was meditation.
Hot girls ain't healed.
True.
That's my point.
Please.
About to
No,
get
a
burned
healed
out.
girl could be a hot girl.
Don't get
It
burned out.
should be.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
get burned out.
So it was yoga, it was sound therapy, it was meditation. I bought sage. I had a Reiki reading. I had a Reiki session. I had a chakra reading. There was what else did I get? Candle, make your own candles. It was like all black women. They were all black women. It was really dope. So it's gonna be
one day
on that. Yeah. It was for a couple hours. About from like 11 to I left at 4 and it was still going on. But it was really, really dope. So check that article out on the Scene Magazine.com. We got Next on the Scene. We're looking for our next artist to be on Next on the Scene. We got Next on the Scene. We got On the Scene Notary. We've been moving and shaking with that. So I'm just moving and shaking, just on the scene with it, pun intended.
That's how it shall be, man.
Scratching and surviving.
Absolutely.
Word. One thing I sometimes forget to say because we get to sipping. Merch available.
Merch is
for
definitely
On the
available.
Scene magazine.
Bandanas,
Sippin'
red,
with
black,
Sammie.
and green.
You know what I'm about to do too? Speaking of merch, I'm about to have some more masks. I'm about to have the mask available because I actually pushed the mask back because everything was open and the people was lax with it. But the way things is, developing, you about to have the Black Press is the voice of Black America mask On the Scene mask because you gotta tighten up. So
yeah, make sure y'all support that. Make sure y'all holla.
COVID definitely around, man.
Holla at Flyboy Friday Radio, Instagram, DM, hit them up for the Flyboy Fly Day, the Fly Girl.
yeah, we
merch.
fly with it.
It's around.
I got my bag, my pen.
It's
you
a
see
thing.
us. We do it. I see you, bro.
We
Yeah,
real
bro,
fly,
you already
yeah.
know what it is.
Oh,
Stop
alright.
playing.
So yeah,
I got my Sam Dan on my lap just because my skirt a little short. Boo.
Font Productions. She got the tees out. She's getting more made, more colors coming soon. You know what I mean? Just support
Check
the
out
people.
that Him Low episode. I got my Fine Protection shirt on.
Definitely had it on the Him Low joint. Great episode too. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody that tune in, like, subscribe, share, all that cool shit. Please, we appreciate y'all. The support is very, 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 very noted. Trust me, love y'all for that. But we just gonna keep bringing y'all dope shit, fly shit, and we gonna keep sipping, man. Can I y'all? Everybody got something in this situation?
Of course I don't. I'm gonna make sure I have a little situation
You
right.
got enough. You got enough.
There we go.
You got something over there?
I do now. Let's go.
All right, man. Salute to us, man.
Salute. Salute.
And this is and forever will be Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. See you next week.
Do you wanna ride with Sammie? Come on and slide with Sammie. You gon' get high with Sammie. Come get fly with Sammie. Do you wanna ride with Sammie? Come on and slide with Sammie. You gon' get high with Sammie. Come on, get fly with Sammie. Do you wanna ride with Sammie? You might as well slide with Sammie. You gon' get high with Sammie. Come on, get fly with Sammie. From the titty, let me introduce myself. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, what the fuck is you doing with your life? But we here together right now. Do you wanna ride with Sammie? So grab a glass. Come on and slide with Sammie. Unravel it backwoods, strip of raw paper. You gon' get high with Sammie. Make sure whatever you do it well. Come get fly with Sammie. And tip your bartenders. Do you wanna ride with Sammie? It's a ride, y'all. Come on and slide with Sammie. Ace Chemist on the vibe, y'all. You gon' get high with know, I don't know how to act.
Come on, get fly.
I put the top down in the blizzard, bitches. And I'm still sitting above you niggas in traffic. Convertible trucks only from here on out, man. Fuck it. Big wheels and shit, I don't need no excuses. Get out my way if I'm cooping unless you stupid.
Do you wanna ride with Sammie?
What you want me to do?
Come on and slide with Sammie.
I can only be me, baby. That's
You
all I
gon'
know.
get high with Sammie.
Where you wanna go?
Come get fly with Sammie.
We floating, bitch.
Do you wanna ride with Sammie?
That boy rude mean.
Come on and slide with Sammie.
So mean and vicious, I swear.
You gon' get high with Sammie.
It's such a vibe, don't you agree?